Bonjour à tous and bienvenue. Welcome to this video demonstration of French pastry cream. I'm Jenna Edwards, your cooking companion, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. The full recipe is posted at jennaedwards.com. I was inspired to make a pastry cream by an incredible strawberry tart I experienced while vacationing on Florida's Emerald Coast. That's along the top skinny part of the state that extends over the Gulf of Mexico. I had dinner at a place called George's in Alys Beach, and I was blown away at the quality of the pastry cream they used. So I found a recipe from the Tartine cookbook, which is a pretty well-known bakery in San Francisco. I like this one because they give some options for making it as thick and or as rich as you want. Now, baking always has very specific rules, so I'll include all of that in the blog along with the recipe. This video is just to show you how it can look as you go along. It's not a comprehensive lesson in pastry cream. We'll start with heating milk, vanilla beans, and salt in a heavy saucepan over medium-high heat and bringing it just under a boil. Stir occasionally to make sure that the milk solids aren't sticking to the bottom of the pan. In the meantime, whisk together cornstarch and sugar. The amount of cornstarch you use is contingent upon how firm or thin you want this to be. I went with very firm. Then add eggs or egg yolks and whisk until smooth. Use only egg yolks if you want it rich, which is usually the French way. When the milk is ready, just under a boil, this is how it will look. Use a ladle to slowly add about 1/3 of the hot milk into the egg mixture, whisking constantly. I've anchored my bowl with a damp towel so I can whisk with one hand while pouring with the other. Pour the egg milk mixture back into the hot milk and continue whisking over medium heat until the custard is as thick as lightly whipped cream, about 2 minutes. I don't know what lightly whipped cream feels like, but I'm noticing that it's feeling very thick, so I'm whisking faster to make sure I get all of the lumps out. Now, in order for the cornstarch to cook and thicken fully, the mixture must come just to a boiling point. You want to see a few slow bubbles, but if the cream is allowed to boil vigorously, you will curdle the cream. Mine is too thick to notice anything, but it looks smooth, so I'm moving on. Remove it from the heat and immediately pour through a fine mesh sieve into the bowl. If the custard stays into the hot pot, it'll continue to cook. Now, this took a while for me, again with mine being stubbornly thick, but it all eventually makes it through. Now we'll let it cool for 10 minutes or until the cream measures 140 degrees. Stir occasionally to release the heat and prevent a skim from forming on top. We're not done. Whisk in butter 1 tablespoon at a time until the mixture is smooth, and this is where my arm starts to get tired. Good Lord. To cool, you'll cover the bowl with plastic wrap directly on top of the cream and be careful not to whisk it too much once it's cold. You could break down the starch and thin the cream. This will keep in the fridge well covered for 5 days. Normally this cream would be served in a tart or a cake, but I'm serving mine with just a few berries in a dessert glass. And voila, you have some sexy, sexy cream. This makes a lot, so I hope you have a neighbor that you really like enough to treat them to it. Otherwise, consider making half a recipe. Now, get all the details and the measurements on the website. Give me a thumbs up if this was fun for you. I'm Jenna Edwards, your cooking companion, and thanks for being here.